steady reliability.
He's a caring guy. He's an engaging guy.
He's just a class act.
Ethical.
He's a servant leader.
I've never run across anybody that ever had a bad thing to say about Doug.
For over 45 years, he's helped independents get started, increase their capabilities, and thrive. That's why AICC and RISI are proud to induct Douglas J. Muller is the newest member of our Hall of Fame. While in college, Doug worked summers at an Illinois company rebuilding and reselling used corrugated machinery. This is where he met Tom Hare. After graduation, Doug looked for a job which would allow him to start and support a family with his wife Linda. By then, Tom Hare had started his own company in Indiana.
And the first person that he called a young man who was working for him at Norm Alvin named Doug Muller. He said, Doug, why don't you get your wife, come on down to Indiana and join me.
And Doug joined the fledgling Hare Company as its first salesman and second employee.
Just the two of us and the secretary.
Doug and Tom rented a small office space in the Twin Towers. They pushed 2 desks together. They had a Campbell's soup can in between them with some pens and some paper, and they started calling on customers.
As the company grew, Doug took on more responsibilities, eventually becoming the general manager in 1981. 1986 saw the company's expansion from rented office space into its own new offices and warehouse in Merrillville, Indiana. Tom Hare retired the next year, and Doug took over what was then a 10-person company, which he continued to grow. Under Doug's leadership, the Hare Group formed a partnership with Dong Fang in 2005. As the sole North America representative, more than 100 AppStar die cutters and Flexo folder gluers have been put in service.
We feel that we've been a part of our customers' success by finding for them the correct machine, the right machine, the best machine for the purposes that they had.
Doug and the team he built established Hare as a Tier 1 supplier of new machinery in America.
And here we are 100+ machines later, 15 years later, and the rest is history.
Beginning in 1977, Doug Muller has attended, actively participated, and often financially supported nearly every single AICC spring and fall national meeting.
Doug and Hare have been tremendous supporters of AICC, not just in the early years, but throughout the years. They sponsor meetings. They've had taken an interest in the Emerging Leaders Program.
It's always something that just seems to be part of their DNA or their culture.
They sponsor all kinds of events, ski events, golf events, and the like. They participate in them too, which is very important.
He's extended his hand, his loyalty, his fidelity to a lot of clients, a lot of people in AICC.
Doug has always been in the industry meetings and has always participated with providing the personnel and finances.
He's been at every Region 6 event since I joined the industry in 1998.
He believes in corrugated and corrugated machinery. He's passionate about it, so therefore he's willing to help others, to be involved in associations.
He's been involved in everything with AICC, TAPI. There was never a time where he was not involved.
Certainly the industry associations that he's had such a great contribution for know that he's a very capable, smart, and strategic individual, not only running his own business, but trying to do his part in making our industry a better place.
He's been a part of different local charities.
No stranger to the golf course, he has turned his sport of preference into support for his community.
Doug's a golfer, so he enjoys golf, so some of those charities have been centered around golf.
There was a local sports fellow, his name was Ron Kittle, played for the Chicago White Sox. And Ron started a golf outing for charity.
We played together in the Kittle golf outing every year to raise money for the Children's Hospital here in Northern Indiana.
It was very close to Doug's heart.
Doug Muller describes his business philosophy quite simply.
We did not pursue and have never pursued a sale for the sake of a sale.
Fill your customers' needs, and that might mean you don't have what they need. It might mean just helping them figure out what is best for their needs, and you may not make a sale. And that's okay, because they'll appreciate it, and eventually you'll get another chance to make a sale.
Doug has often expressed great pride in the many customers we've helped succeed and prosper, while making lifelong friends along the way.
I started dealing with Doug for machinery over a dozen years ago. I think his biggest strength is honesty.
Doug's ability to deal with people is second to none.
I would say what I learned from Doug the most is that people buy from people. Most of the people that have done business with Doug do business with Doug because they like Doug.
He's all about people. His wife, his family, the people at Hare that work for him, the customers, the vendors that we interact with. It's all about the people. It's always been all about the people.
Doug's never really been an attention getter. He's never really been one to seek the limelight.
His style is more about getting the right questions answered to really understand how he can help.
Doug's the guy that flies completely under the radar. This Hall of Fame induction to him is very, very humbling.
It was a great pleasure to work with Doug and all the people at Hare, because they were a company of tremendous integrity and great customer relations, and I think all of that flowed from Doug, because he's a man of great integrity.
20 years ago, it was mostly used equipment, because that's what all of us could afford.
He's helped numerous independents get their starts, and in many cases that may not have happened without the assistance that was provided by Hare and Doug.
The thing that I think Hare has exhibited over the years with Doug's leadership is a concern for making whatever that technology is affordable and understandable.
And that's what friendships and business is all about.
What qualifies you for inclusion in the AICC Hall of Fame is your commitment to the industry, your commitment to helping others in the industry, the consistency with which you participate. All of those things to me are important, and in Doug we've had that in spades. He's earned it.
I think the Hall of Fame really represents individuals that have had an impact.
So for all of his many accomplishments, his active support of our industry and its associations, and the many, many independents he has helped thrive and prosper over a 40-plus year career, we are proud to have Douglas J. Muller as the newest member of our Hall of Fame.